Welcome to the AFL Vic Metro Junior Development Series, round 3 out here at Walker Park. And we have 3 games this afternoon. The under-14 girls, EFNL taking on the Essendon District Football League in the Division 1 competition, followed by the under-15 boys, Division 2 and Division 1 games. I'm Ryan Long, joined by Kate Green out in the grandstand here at Walker Park. Great, obviously a second chance for us to have a look at the under-14 girls program and see them out live today against Essendon.
Good morning, Ryan. Yeah, I've actually been really enjoying getting the opportunity to see the talent of the young girls coming up to not only Metro but into clubs and that. And there's a few names that I'm looking at going, do I remember you from a women's match of the round? So yeah. They're just about to put the ball up. The EFNL.
Yeah, so EFNL will be kicking to your left side of the screen. Thanks for joining us on YouTube this morning as we're set to go for the first game of 3 today. EFNL with the win on round 2 last week. Clearing kick from Marcy.
That's right. This is your second look at these girls.
Yeah, that's right, as Hummel tapping it forward and the mark taken here from Cropman.
Nice intercept mark.
Cropman sends it back to where it came from and another mark taken. And they look to go through the corridor of the ground. Essendon, they've linked up nicely. Handballing it straight away there was Morrison. To the runner coming past, inside 50, centre half forward here for Essendon. Picked up by Kreskis. It's best on ground here at Walker Park last Wednesday night. And now Easton's best opportunity going forward. McCarthy's running onto this one towards the boundary side. Has Allen to compete with. McCarthy got the handball away. And a long kick towards goal. It's too far right, so just out of bounds on the full. No score yet for either side in the first minute of this first quarter. And the kick out from Essendon has bounced out of bounds. We'll get a boundary throwing 50 out from the EFNL goals.
This is the first time these two teams have met for Metro, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. As the ball brought back into play. Trying to keep it in there. Essendon unable to do so. We'll do it all again. Another boundary thrown. Thanks for joining us on YouTube this morning. Across all 3 games today. Live streamed out here at Walker Park, the home games. Can EFNL get there first on the board? Johnson was chasing that one. Socket off the ground. Gaining a bit of territory. Might come straight back. Bumped off the footy. Is Sutton. Spring Brown. The skipper and Godfrey for the EFNL. Try to get the clearing kick forward. Fell through the hands there of Efron. Socket off again by Spring Brown. The ball going nowhere. We're going to get another stoppage on that far side.
Both teams' defence and attack is very equal at the moment. Very evenly matched.
And once again, that ball going nowhere, so we'll see which side can break through first today. And again, it's Kreskis through the middle. Breaks away and gets kicked forward, bouncing into the lap of Godfrey. Spun around twice. Still got time to get the kick away towards the forward pocket. And Essendon are happy to walk that across the line. So big opportunity inside their forward half here. In front position, it's McCarthy. And standing underneath that one to take the mark was Holly Sutton for Essendon, who looks to play on and goes straight towards the broadcast side. And the ball bounces out right in front of the Essendon coach. And we'll get a boundary throw in. Ball brought back into play. The EFNL done well to lock it in their forward half. Kreskis again underneath this one. Got the handballs turned over. Cropman. Almost a contested mark taken. Applying the pressure there was Parks. Kicked away from Taylor. And now can Essendon use this through Efron? Kicking towards space. Cartledge will get here first for EFNL. Back inside 50. Caro handballed it over the top. Keeping it in front.
For EFNL, Godfrey and Kreskis are being very effective early on and very much in the game.
So the mark was dropped by Allen. And it was Sheldon to try to get the clearing handball for Essendon. Picked up this time from Johnson. Gets her kick away just in time, but it's all Essendon numbers around this to clear it out. Standing underneath this one, going forward again to EFNL in the direction of McCarthy. It bounces out of bounds. In fact, that could have been on the full too. That will be a boundary throw in. 14.5 minutes to play in this first term. Neither side yet to score, but they even have locked this inside their forward half. Essendon looking to clear it out, just slipped through the hands of Kreskis. Still plenty of numbers around this footy, including Caldwell. Got her on the left boot and finds a target inside 50. So Caitlin Sturrock, about 40 out.
That was a great mark on the fly.
Puts it up towards the top of the square and a great intercept mark, and nicely done by Holly Sutton, who's, or in fact, I think that's Villani. Bowick. Going nowhere. We'll get another ball up right in front of us, broadcast side. Going up was Villani. Dickens. So tap down again from Villani. Handball away from Kreskis to Saddington. Bouncing inside 50 now. Godfrey is able to pick it up cleanly. Short chip forward and has a player in Marshall by herself to take the mark and potentially give a chance for the EFNL to kick their first of the morning. Marshall kick towards goal, just fading to the right and through for a minor score. The first of the day. EFNL moved to one behind. Essendon District yet to score. 13 minutes playing this first term, Kate.
It's been a very good 7 minutes of footy. Both teams very even in their pressure, with the EFNL just having the advantage of having the ball more so down in their forward for scoring opportunities. Essendon, their defence has been great so far.
So McCarthy almost took the intercept mark there. Followed up on second attempt. Kreskis socketed towards the middle of the forward 50. Kicked away from Rainey. Once again, they'll be able to generate the repeat inside 50s. Here's Caldwell. Her kick was smothered by Spring Brown. Ball comes back. Tapping it forward was McKee. Bowick just got a handball away in time. Moving it forward there was Dickens for Essendon. So they moved to centre wing.
Both sides have lots of numbers around the ball.
So tap straight down to Springett.
Ryan, I've got to say, having mostly just done women's football, I'm really impressed with the level of skill and ballmanship, if you can call it that, of both these teams. Really impressed.
Well, best of the best in both leagues in this division. Stolen away that time from Marshall. Hummel, involved again, was impressive in round 1 of the series. It's held up again in that same position, so ball going nowhere, and we'll do it all again. 11 minutes to play in this first term. Thanks for joining us on YouTube this morning. Of course, the under-15 boys division 1 and 2 games to follow this as Marshall chasing this one. Can't quite pick it up. Ball is quite slippery this morning to the conditions of the ground. Back in towards Kreskis. She soccers it off the ground, creating a bit of space here for the EFNL. Again off the ground. McCarthy, Godfrey. McCarthy spinning around on the right. High kick, not going to be 15. Godfrey made a contest out of that one. And here's Taylor to clear it out for Essendon. And the bouncing ball over the line will result in another boundary throw-in.
Great pressure by the EFNL to get it down, back down into their forward 50. I'm actually really impressed.
So ball brought back into play as Essendon look to clear it out. Their back half once again, but under a lot of pressure at the moment. Their back 6 as they do gain a bit of territory there, and we'll get another stoppage.
As you said, Ryan, the Essendon back 6 have been under a lot of pressure, and they've worked really hard to just keep Eastern so far just to the one behind.
Yeah, that's right. Just one behind, no score in the early stages of this game. Again, was socket off the ground by Leckner. Big tackle applied from Jessie Trong, and she's rewarded. Oh no, in fact, she's given away the free kick. So taking this will be Villani. Has a player open in Milner. Chloe Milner looks to play on straight away, gets past one tackle, then puts it towards goal. I've got players out the back here. Sutton to run onto this one if she can pick it up cleanly. Handballed it off to a teammate, running into an open goal in Efron. And Efron gets the first for Essendon District. They move to 1 straight 6, even though 1 behind.
The Hail Mary
and certainly their best transition of the morning. Best passage to play there, Kate.
Absolutely, and so quick from having it being contested just outside EFNL's 45, and then within less than a minute, Essendon scoring. So well done to them.
Yeah, definitely. It was against the flow of play from the first 10 minutes, with EFNL getting another clearance here towards centre half forward. Mark dropped by Godfrey, kept it in front of herself. Running in there was Hummel to sock her off the ground. Handballed away from Johnson. Tap forward from Sturrock. Applying the pressure here inside 50 again. They've certainly had more of the play in the first quarter, but trail by 5 points here. Tap straight down, going nowhere.
Number 29, Efron for Essendon. She's been really effective, not just in getting that goal, but she's been quite effective in, the clearances and that from the centre.
So they look to clear it again, this time through Allen. Bouncing out of their defence. The soccer off the ground was cut off. Once again, Kreskis has been good in the early stages of this game.
Both her and Godfrey so far are standouts in what they've been doing, tackling and moving the ball forward and attempting, kick on goal.
Well, here it comes out again. The kick was smothered. And the tackle there from Johnson means we'll get another stoppage inside 50 for Eastern, trailing by 5 points in this round 3 clash of the AFL Vic Metro Junior Development Series. Trongs kick forward, gives themselves an opportunity. McCarthy's in the area, it was picked up by Taylor. And holding the ball free kick, so the set shot will be Godfrey, who will be on a slight angle, 20 out, the skipper of the side. So Godfrey to put EFNL's first on the board. The skipper delivers, and EFNL move to 1-1-7 to the Eastern District, 1 straight 6.
Would you call that something like a modified banana?
Yeah.
It's actually known as the Ficarelli in the senior division.
With Justin Ficarelli.
Yeah.
But you said, you pointed out she's been good early and rewarded with.
Highly effective, but it's been so far. It's been Efron who's been in everything for Essendon, and she scored the goal for them. And again, Godfrey for Eastern, and she scored the goal. So here we go.
Well, there could be another one, an opportunity. It was Crescus who got it out in the middle. Here's Godfrey who kicked the last goal, handballing it back into space for Marshall to run onto this. Off the right boot, it was touched, so caused a play on Fallon. Back out of their back half, picked up by Milner, who's been good early for Essendon. Running onto that one first was Lechner. Socket off the ground into a bit of space. She can pick it up on the second attempt.
The flow of this game has been very quick.
So Bowick got the handball away to Hummel. Hummel's kick cut off that time by Octavia. And her handball as well stolen away in the direction of Marshall. Spoiled at the right time. McCarthy, she sockers off the ground. And 2 in a row for the EFNL, 2-1-13 to Essendon District, 1 straight 6. And it's been the skipper and the vice captain.
Leading the way, most definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. And
that was actually really smart running to get up there and trust your skills enough that you weren't going to put the ball off for a behind, but getting it through for the major.
Yeah, absolutely. And defensively, they looked all right for Essendon. The spoil was good. It was just couldn't quite get over across the line, and they've responded well after the first goal from Essendon by Tiana Efron.
Time for the game is we've got 3 minutes 50 left of this first quarter. Scores are EFNL 2-1-13 to Essendon 1 straight 6.
So Olivia Ranney with the free kick straight away. And out the middle, I didn't see what that was for, but centre half forward line, 3.5 minutes to play in this first quarter, as you said, Kate. Crescus again. Long kick towards, it was Caro. Is able to keep this in front of her.
Caro's been another good one down in the forward.
Yeah, definitely is. Back the other way, almost by McKee. Socket off the ground, in fact.
Holding.
Free kick, so Charlotte White taking possession of the football. Centre wing, far side, out here at Walker Park. Out the back there was Sheldon. Crescus involved again. And so is Sturrock, but ball not travelling anyway. Still plenty of time for one more goal before quarter time. The tap down from McKee. Handball away from Ashes Sheldon. Stoppage inside. Forward half for Eastern.
It's been a great quarter.
Definitely. Once again, we'll do it all again, but the last 2 goals have been important, considering how much of how many inside 50s they've had, and probably have owned the quarter.
I'd say more than 3/4 of this quarter has been played out in the EFNL's forward 50.
That's right, clearing kick away from Essendon, trying to find Efron, who's their only major so far. Kreska's chasing this across the line. Once again, we'll get another boundary throw in with 1.5 minutes to play in this first term as the rain slowly starts to come down here. Trong inside 50. Mark not quite taken. Sheldon. And passed it off. And it's into the hands of Godfrey. The EFNL looks to play on straight away. No mark taken. Handball out the front. To Sturrock. McCarthy fighting hard. The pressure's been good. Socket off the ground. That was Springett. And we'll get a boundary throw in deep inside. The EFNL's attacking half. Rain starting to come down a bit harder now as we've got 45 seconds left on the clock. 2-1-13 the EFNL to Essendon District. 1 straight 6. They're going to clear this one out. They've got a bit of space. No mark taken. So still not safe, are Essendon just yet. Back into attack. Cropman's there. Got it off and they clear it out once again.
I'm liking how Easton has always has someone out the back when they're kicking to...
Well, have they got time here? Trong. I've got a player over the top if she can pick it up. Springett's there. McCarthy, socket off the ground by Godfrey. And she's got 2 and she beats the siren for EFNL's third. 3-1-19. Essendon District 1 straight 6. And that is quarter time here in the under-14 girls Division 1 clash between the EFNL and Essendon. We'll take a quick break and then be back for the second quarter. Second quarter action out here at Walker Park. EFNL 3-1-19 leading Essendon 1 straight 6. Out of the middle this time was Farrell towards the centre half forward line.
That ball's looking really heavy now.
Yeah, it certainly picked up the rain as it coming into this second term. Trong chasing this one now for Essendon. They'll look to use the wing here inside 50 now. Out the back for the EFNL is Burgess, was best on ground in Saturday's clash. Ball comes out, trying to keep it in there was Villani. He's been prominent early for Essendon. So a big opportunity for them to get the first on the board in this second term and get the margin back to 7 points. Falls into the lap there. Pisakanis, who swung around and put it through. And they move to 2 straight 12. EFNL 3-1-19. 1 minute into this second term.
Essendon needed that response to give them a bit of a confidence boost, seeing that the EFNL had 2 goals in the first quarter that were not responded to by Essendon.
Well, of course, that I think it was 3 in a row in the end for EFNL, where they got that last one as well on the siren by the skip up. Kreskis back in the middle again. Stolen away this time from Sutton. Bouncing kick. Fell into the hands of Robertson, got it off to McKee.
Both teams are very evenly matched in skill and ball handling. So I'm really enjoying seeing that aspect of this game, and looking forward to when they get up to women's. I'm really looking forward to seeing the Eastern girls.
Yeah, absolutely is. Clearing it out of defence there, Octavia. It's going to come back, just slipped through the hands of Robertson. I'm going to ball up back in the middle of the ground. 18 minutes to play in this second term. Thanks for joining us on YouTube. Of course, all 3 games, or home games out here at Walker Park, live streamed today. Got a bit of speed to Chloe Milner. Her kick, though, cut off. The key got away in time. Wide. Here's Milner again. Handballed over the top into a bit of space. It was Sturrock. Ball falls just through the hands of McKee. Still fights hard to win it. Off the ground, Kreskis in danger. We'll get a free kick here going towards Essendon, and they'll be Lucy Welcome. Looks to use the corridor.
Ooh.
Another kick smothered. Back into the hands of Milner. Darts away and then puts it towards the top of the square. Has Efron to run onto it, but goal line will beat her, and it's just a minor score. They move to 2-1-13 Essendon. EFNL 3-1-19, and
A goal in it?
a goal in it. It's been a good contest so far today. Last week, or on Saturday, should I say, Essendon had a 51-point win over Frankston, 9-8-62 to 1-5-11. And of course, EFNL 53-point winners over Western, 8-11-59 to 1 straight 6. So both sides carrying the momentum into today's clash. The clearing kick from Caldwell towards us on the broadcast side.
Quite going Eastern's way at the moment.
Not at the moment, but here's Marshall. She can get something going, pushed across the line, and get another boundary throw in centre wing. 6-point lead to Eastern. The ball brought back into play. Tap towards the boundary line, socket off the ground, and over and out again.
From where we are filming and calling from, and the grandstand here at Walker Park, it's gotten quite full.
Yeah, it certainly has. the crowd will build in across the day as well, with both 15 boys sides playing after this.
It's great to see.
Sutton, the handball cut off by McCarthy. And now she's off inside 50. McCarthy has a target. Straight away looking to play on is Springett. Her kick towards goal. Almost a mark taken on the goal line. Was there a free kick? There was.
High tackle.
And looks to play on and use the corridor straight away to try and find Caro, who kicked 3 on Saturday. We'll get a ball up back inside forward half. 3-2 plays 2-1. So tap down straight to Caro. Off the left boot. Standing underneath that one. Rushing it through for Eston. Moves EFNL 3-3-21 to 2-1-13.
She went out of the gold square.
I don't think the umpire had signalled ready to go yet.
No.
So taking the kick again with Michaela Allen, who's been good in the opening stages of this game. Great mark within the pack there.
By Allen.
Pistokanis, I think. Back in towards the middle of the ground. Evans got their handball away. So did Mitsu. And we'll get a ball up now.
On a side note, the one thing I love hearing at footy, whether it's junior or senior, is the dads and the supporters calling out ball. You definitely know you're at an AFL game when you hear that.
Socket off the ground towards the centre half forward line. Picked up by Villani. She's been impressive, Kate, Villani, for Eston.
Very much so. Her and Milner have so far have been the standout, and Efron.
Yep, yeah, I agree. Milner's been arguably their best so far. Bowie got the handball away. McCarthy. Back towards centre wing. Picked up and got it off to Hummel. Keeping it in front of herself there was Johnson. Tackle affected the kick, and it comes out now to Starrick. Couldn't quite pick it up.
Johnson's been a quiet workhorse for Eastern this quarter.
Yeah, she's done well as Cartledge chasing this one across the line. Tavia wanted to keep it in, but couldn't quite. So we'll get a ball up far side. 12.5 minutes to play in this second term.
Scores read EFNL 3-3-21 to Essendon 2-1-13.
Thanks, Kate, as that ball rolls back out of bounds, and we'll do it all again.
Caldwell's just come off with a Corky bustling out of that pack earlier down here on the left.
Who was that, sorry? Caldwell?
Caldwell for EFNL.
So we'll keep an eye on her as the play continues on the other side of the field. Kreskis with the tackle. Socket off the ground again by Milner. Just trying to clear it out of the congestion.
Number 23, White, for Eastern's been another very quiet workhorse there.
Charlotte White, been impressive. So tap down, back to Sutton. Mark not quite taken. In defence went the don't argue, did Burgess. Got her away in time. They keep this play alive, and finally the umpire says give it to me, and we'll ball it up inside 50 now for Essendon. They've got the only goal in this second term, still trailing 2-1 to 3-3.
Burgess has been another quiet workhorse. She's kind of coming to the fore this quarter so far.
So towards pack of players. They've now got some numbers either to rush it over. Stolen by Milner. Got the handball away. Breaking through was Sutton. And it's a third for Essendon. They move to 3-1-19, trailing Eastern 3-3-21. Back to 2 points, Kate.
We definitely, like we've been saying so far and all of last quarter, this is a really good game. Both teams are very evenly matched, both in their defensive and offensive pressure. It's just been a delight to see. The game is moving quick. It's got flow, and it's just a really great showcase of under 14 girls footy.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't know if that's another 6-6-6 or what that was, but it's an Essendon free kick in the middle. That's the second time we've had this game so far, and they've got the momentum now back inside their forward half. Wrapped up, we'll get a ball up.
I would say the Walker Park tradition continues with the old scoreboard end being the scoring end.
Yeah, that is true. Socket off the ground that time from Caldwell. Tapping in front of her.
Unlucky to have that as a mark. Was Easton.
Yeah, that's right. As Lani again. High kicking towards the hot spot. No mark taken. But it puts the EFNL back six under a bit of pressure. Parks did well to hold it up. We get a ball up. 20 out from Essendon's goals. Chasing that one. Is that Milner? Under a lot of pressure here. Don't want to concede a third for the quarter. 8.5 minutes to play in this second term. It's 3-3 plays 3-1. Deep inside Essendon's forward half. Tap down. Try to get it away. Mitsu. This kick from Efron was smothered. Kreskis applying the pressure. Ball comes out. Spring Brown puts through another for Essendon. And they hit the lead 4-1-25 to Eastern 3-3-21.
Easton's back six have been under pressure pretty much all this quarter. So it's, you know, the reversal of what we had in the first quarter, where it was Essendon's back six that were under pressure. And yeah, let's hope that Easton can turn this around and get the ball down their end.
Yeah, that absolutely is. We're back in the middle once again. Spring Brown. Here's Kreskis. Kick towards the centre half forward line. Kerr. Handball off from O'Neill. Bouncing towards their forward half. Quick handball from Efron. Merrigan. Here's O'Neill. So O'Neill towards centre half forward for Essendon. Bouncing out the back. Tapping it forward to the hands of Farrell. It was stolen away by Sutton. Free kick here going towards Easton. So towards almost a mark taken. Out the back is Kreskis. Running onto this on Farrell. Tried to go out of midair was Lani. Cheer up. Socket off the ground. Gaining a bit of territory towards their centre half forward line. In first there was Marshall. Ball back in the forward half. Spun around, got the handball away in time. Looks like we might get a stoppage. So 6 minutes to play in this second term. 3-3-21 Eastern. Essendon 4-1-25, 4-point ball game. 3 goals to Essendon in this second term. Socket off the ground then by Pistakanis. Pistakais. I don't know. Apologies on that one. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong.
Which one was that one?
Yep.
Yeah.
So tap down. Stolen away from White. Marshall. Tapping it forward towards the boundary line. Doing well with Jesse Trong. Applied the pressure too on Saddington.
Essendon have been quite impressive with their attacking this quarter, whereas first quarter was all EFNL's way. Now we've got the exact reverse this quarter.
Yeah, definitely is. Here's Cropman. Clearing, kicking towards the middle of the ground. And Sutton run onto this smart tap in front of herself and picked up cleanly. And now she's off and big tackle applied. Just in time, a goal-saving tackle potentially there from McCarthy.
That was a great run by Sutton, showing her skills, showcasing her skills.
Yeah, in the wet too, keeping in front of herself, clean.
Yeah.
And then McCarthy, who's been pushed back at the moment, has been just outstanding.
In the back line,
yeah, out and then up forward too. She's played her role well. Kreskis. Looks like we'll get another ball up. 4 minutes to play in this second quarter.
Both teams have had players stepping up, you know, when their respective teams have really needed it.
It's probably been a tale of 2 quarters.
Absolutely. First quarter.
Here's another chance. Got her away quickly there, did Spring Brown.
Yeah.
Not a bad attempt.
Yeah, very good. First quarter was all Eastern, and this quarter has been all Essendon. So it makes for an interesting third quarter.
Yeah, that's right. As they're not out of trouble just yet. It was cut off by Essendon. A free kick has been awarded too. So
for a high.
The score as well, 4-2, 26 to 3-3, 21. Back towards Spring Brown. Handballed it backwards. Minor score there. That moves Essendon now to 4-3, 27 to 3-3, 21 Eastern. An even 6-point lead for Essendon. And that goal in the first quarter against the flow of play for Essendon will potentially might come into handy, as that's a great kick out of defence. The mark is taken. Riley Hummel. Hummel down the line. And over and out it goes.
Johnson's been really good in
Yep.
the, what would you call it, lime green cap?
In the helmet.
Yeah.
Yep. Ball brought back into play. Getting away this time, Octavio. Her kick was smothered by Kreskis. Still ends up with the footy. Once again gets a kick away in time.
EFNL under a bit of pressure.
That's right, as Kreskis socket off the ground. Starrick. Held up here about 60 out from Eastern's goals. 2 minutes to play in the second term. 4-3 to 3-3. Round 3 of the AFL Vic Metro Junior Development Series. Got a great contest on our hands here. As Essendon look for a 4th goal in the quarter. McCarthy, fantastic work. Goes down the line. Not a mark taken. Caldwell.
A little bit of a missed opportunity there for Eastern. Just needed a little bit of talking, because one of them could have actually gotten that mark, and unfortunately they spoilt it for themselves.
And it looks like there's been a free kick here too as well towards Essendon. So Morrison will take this kick. Morrison. In front position was McCarthy. Just went through her hands. There's Caldwell. Didn't have it. Will earn herself a free kick. So Matilda Caldwell. Almost a good mark there in the pack of players there from Hummel. So 35 seconds left. We're centre wing, so still time either way for either side to get it down their end and get a late one before the half-time siren. We saw Godfrey do it just before quarter time for Easton. But it's held up here, so unlikely with 15 seconds that scoreline will change and Essendon will go in at half-time in front.
Incredible pressure from both sides. And
Not giving an
goals,
inch.
yeah, well, with the goals, it's basically just been down to taking advantage of a mistake. So both teams very well set going into the next quarter.
And that is your half-time siren too. It is half-time out here at Walker Park in the under-14 girls Division 1 clash between the EFNL and EDFL. And it is Essendon leading 4-3-27 to 3-3-21. We're going to take a quick break and then be back for the second half action. Welcome back to Walker Park for round 3 of the AFL Vic Metro Junior Development Series. And today's clash between Eastern and Essendon in the under-14 Girls Division 1 comp. Tight first half. We're about to go for the third quarter. It is Essendon leading 4-3-27 to 3-2-20. Great to have your company this morning, of course, with the under-15 Boys Division 2 side running out after this, followed by the under-15 Boys Division 1 as EFNL take on South Metro. But again, back here, well, I reckon we've got another 6-6-6. So,
because the player was still coming on the ground.
yeah, so this time it goes the way of Eastern. There was 2 towards Essendon in the first half, and this might give them a bit of momentum forward. Hummel got it off to Caro.
Eastern a little bit just slightly late getting their teammates back into their forward 50.
Yeah, as this comes out to Marshall, handling it towards the boundary line. That's a good result. Oh, we had a boundary throw in.
Or forward 45.
Forward 45, of course, Mitcham. A little bit different out here at Walker Park, but
I think there's
they're honest.
Yeah, I
about
think there's a few grounds that should, you know, cough up, you know, own up to having a 45 rather than a 50.
That's right. Tap straight down to Milner. And it looks like there's an in-the-back free kick, and it'll be Jessica Kreskis.
That was an interesting match-up between Efron and, is it Kreskis?
Yeah, so she'll be kicking out from a fair distance. It's a great kick off the boot. And the perfect start to the third term. Jessica Kreskis puts through her first. And Eastern moves to 4-2-26. To Essendon 4-3-27. And what a great kick, particularly considering the conditions out there too.
Yeah. Well, definitely the rain hasn't, it's only slightly eased, but that ball is heavy. Conditions, as we've seen with some of the players, is most definitely very slippery because Walker Ground is, again, in pretty spec condition.
So back in the middle again, Kreskis held without it. She'll get herself a free kick. Had a massive first quarter today and the start of this third term on fire inside 50. Bouncing out the back, Marshall's there. Trying to get there first was Sutton. Keeping in front, here's Marshall again, socket off the ground. And now socket out of bounds, so we had a boundary throw in. Right where it was last. Boundary thrown in this pocket. Down at what has been, once again, the scoring end of the ground. Almost 7 out of the 8 goals kicked to the left side of your screen. Socket off the ground from Sheldon.
As we discussed in the break, you were thinking it was just the seniors, men's teams and women's teams that favoured this end, but it's definitely the favourite end above board.
And that will be another boundary throw because that's come straight back to him.
Yeah, that wind's picked up as we can feel it.
Yeah, it has.
For those watching at home, I hope you're enjoying the warmth as it is quite cold. Here we go. Having another ball up and again in Eastern's forward 45. Cleared out by Essendon. Contested for the ball as it continues to move towards centre of field. Back in Eastern's possession with an intercept marked by Ruby Evans, number 1 for Essendon.
Back in towards the middle of the ground. Thanks for covering there. Calling well as off to the races there was Milner. Took a bounce. Got a kick away in time. Had Godfrey chasing it towards the half forward flank. A big tackle applied.
Thank you,
And
Ryan.
it's a free kick to Sheridan.
First time actually calling rather than doing special.
No, it's good. We're happy for you to keep going if you like, as we're back inside the forward 50. Godfrey almost socked off the ground.
Eastern's defence again under pressure as Essendon move it toward in their forward 45. Balls come out. Efron, then to Milner. Milner's been fantastic for us.
Yeah, she's been very, very good today. So there she is again, right on cue. Milner puts it up towards the top of the square. Out the back, she can sock it off the ground.
19.
And I think she's done it.
Chira, number 19 for, is it Chira?
We'll definitely double check that one, but just made the most of the opportunity as she makes her way back to the wing.
It was either Chira or Starkers. Forgive us, it's the girls' long ponytails over the
They're
number
blocking
makes
numbers.
it a little bit of a challenge.
Either way, they do get one back and they move to 5-3-33 to 4-2-26.
Back in the centre with what looks to be an Eastern clearance, picked up by, again, Milner for Essendon as she moves it down the far wing from commentary, and there'll be a ball up on the far wing side.
Just for confirmation, it was Amy Octavia who kicked that one.
We were both wrong.
Sock it off the ground.
Okay.
Chira was definitely in the area too, so
Call it an assist.
yep, we're ready to go again. 14 minutes to play in this third term. It's 5-3-33 Essendon District, Eastern Football Netball League, 4-2-26.
Godfrey trying to clear it out, and it will be again a ball up. Great pressure by both sides on each other. As you can see on the screen, the rain has picked up, so making conditions just that more tricky.
Yeah, it definitely is. Free kick has been awarded too. Be going Essendon's way, and Octavia will take this on the half-back line.
She's been quiet, well, in a few plays in the first half of the game. She seems to have stepped up this third quarter, which is great.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
Essendon.
Definitely is. Godfrey got a handball away just in time. Cara with the tackle. Kicked 3 last week, of course.
Cara's been in and out of everything. She really has.
Yeah, definitely. Last week, I should say Saturday, actually. It's only 2 days since.
It's a new week, Ryan.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. There's a ball back in towards the middle of the ground. And a high free kick will go the way of Easton and Olivia Burgess.
She's been so strong down in that back six. Very much the leader down in that back.
Yeah, absolutely. Long kick inside, forward 50, bouncing over the top. Important one to be won. Sock it off towards the ground, towards the boundary.
Great pressure by Easton.
And over and out. And we'll get, once again, a boundary thrown inside the forward half for Easton. All 4 of their goals have come to this end of the ground.
Both teams have showcased some really outstanding players so far. So both teams, big credit to them.
Absolutely. Caldwell. Handball away there from Johnson. Snapped it around. Was Kreskis. Trying to keep this one in. Doing very nicely. This would be a fantastic finish from Lechner. Bounced out of bounds, but geez, how's the class on that? Just managed to keep it in and give ourselves the opportunity in the first place.
She could give a few classes to a few of the senior men's teams, I think.
Yeah, I think so. There's a boundary throw in. Still inside the forward half here of Easton. Ball comes back out to Marshall. Handballed it to Caro. Kreskis. Got a kick away in time. Was there a mark? Not quite. A lot of Essendon numbers around this ball. Trying to kill it. Still fighting hard, Bowick. And kicking it out of bounds on the full will give the EFNL an opportunity to put through their 5th of the day. We'll just wait to see who's going to take possession of this. It looks like it will be Ali Bowick who We'll have it. So we'll see if she goes. We'll see if she goes to the shot or put it up towards the square. Up towards the square. No mark taken.
Very congested top of the square.
Farrell. And we'll get another ball up as that rain continues to pour down out here at Walker. Oh, in fact, there's a free kick being pulled too.
Yeah, they were holding her and she didn't have the ball.
So from 20 metres out, puts it through. And it's a great finish there. Was that Lechner?
Okay.
That now moves Eastern Cape to 5.2.32 to Essendon 5.3.33. So that definitely was Lechner.
Well, they do say, as I've been told again and again by Brush and Ray, that the third quarter is the premiership quarter, and we're in for a great last quarter.
Yes, 9.5 minutes to play in this third term. Eastern back within a point. Caldwell. And just won herself a free kick too. Cop one high.
Caldwell's been good as well.
Definitely right as she goes towards centre half forward out the back. Some numbers there for Essendon. Allen was one of those. Can't get rid of it. Kreskis. It was simply been everywhere today.
Got to say, Essendon's back six, they've been under so much pressure first quarter and this third quarter, and they're holding up really, really well.
Well, they looked to clear it out, but it was in danger, so ball's going to come back inside 50 here, and the free kick to Sturrock.
Free kicks so far this game have actually now favoured EFNL over Essendon.
Back in towards a dangerous spot. Marshall's there. Picked away from Springett. Did she have it? Essendon looked to clear it out.
I think that's
Kick was smothered on the centre wing. Trong's there.
That was Octavia again.
That was an important ball to be won, and a couple of big moments there.
Octavia's been very consistent for Essendon across all 2.5 quarters so far.
Yeah,
very
definitely.
impressed with her.
A punch forward. Cross towards the boundary line. Kept in.
Sutton's another one that's been a quiet workhorse for the Essendon District Football League.
7.5 minutes play third term. 5-2 plays 5-3. You can see on the electric scoreboard behind you. Essendon leading.
Love to get the stats on how many ball up we've had, because we've had quite a lot.
Yep. You can go through that after this and take down all the statistics from the game. Kreskis got the handball away.
Just don't expect it at Brash standard.
No, it's mark not quite taken by Allen.
Really great pressure.
Milner spun around.
Really great pressure from both sides.
Yeah,
both teams not giving up, still really consistent with getting in there and scrapping for the ball. You know, none of the pressure or level of intensity has dropped off.
Intensity is certainly lifted as Kreskis got a handball away, spinning around. It was Trong. Back and towards the middle of the ground. Socket off the ground that time from Efron. Picking it up cleanly was Cartledge. Ball moves forward for Easton. Coming back in towards the corridor where Essendon have got some numbers. Important spoil there from Walcombe. McCarthy got her kick away in time.
She's been great in the back.
Yeah, absolutely. Started forward and then has pushed back. Sturrock slipped through the hands of Saddington. And we'll get the ball up inside 50. 5.5 minutes to play, third term, 5-2, playing 5-3.
It's only been, what, 2 goals this quarter, 1 apiece.
Yep, there's Essendon look to clear this one. Back towards the boundary line, keeping this in.
The ball,
Yeah.
the bounce of the ball has not been favourable to either team this game.
Conditions certainly going to play a part in that, as do have a bit of a break from the rain, but likely to have a bit of showers across the morning and into the afternoon. And we're going to get another boundary throw-in right in front of us, centre wing here.
Really enjoying the fact that this is a really very even game, both skill-wise from both teams and on the scoreboard.
Yeah, definitely. It's a game we wanted to finish off the series for the under-14 girls. Tight contest here. Kick smothered by Milner.
4.5 minutes left, and if we go into the break with the scores like this, it's going to be an absolute cracker of a fourth quarter.
So Kreskis has been pink-folding the ball. I thought she might have got the handball away,
Didn't really
but
get rid of it. She just lost it.
so
Ineffective disposal.
Correct. Yep.
just tapping it forward there. Essendon gaining a bit of territory. Godfrey's around this one, picked up from Kerr, got off to Spring Brown, and great marking defence.
Is that Burgess again?
I think that's McCarthy, who's
Okay.
been incredibly solid.
Both her and
Long
Burgess,
out of defence, sock it off the ground from Kreskis.
both her and Burgess have been brilliant down the back.
Absolutely. Johnson towards centre half forward. Tackle applied from Caro.
Taylor's been good in defence for Essendon as well.
Had a bit of it today. Is umpire letting it play on just for a little bit until he finally calls it in, and a ball up from just outside the 45-metre arc. 5-2 plays 5-3. Essendon leading. Here's Milner. Quick handball away in time. Kreskis off the left boot, out the back, falling into the lap of Springett. Couldn't quite pick it up cleanly. Caro.
Ooh.
Springett again. Godfrey.
Familiar names we've been calling all game.
And again, here's Milner. Out of defence. Well, there's Godfrey.
Milner's
Kreskis tried to get through the tackle.
Milner's been the standout for me so far for Essendon.
Yeah, I think she's probably been arguably their best player. Punched away from Sheridan. Ball comes back, and it's a push in the back, free kick. And taking the kick will be Lily Johnson. As the sun starts to come out.
Another quiet workhorse down the forward.
Yeah, been very good as Johnson.
I don't envy Eastern trying to pick their best on ground because there's been quite a few standouts.
Johnson's kick into the woodwork.
Beautiful
Good
kick
attempt.
though.
You know what I'd think about hitting the goal post? That's
I
9
know your thoughts on it. That it does tie it up, Lee. 5-3-33.
So what is his thoughts on hitting the goal?
He wants extra points
It's really
for.
9 points. I mean, look at the size of the goal post versus the whole goal area. Seriously, if you can hit that post
That's putting a spanner in the works.
on purpose, of course. You
Okay,
probably have to call
ball's
it
back in
first.
play. It's just been intercepted by number 2, Milner. Again for Essendon. It's on our far centre. Back into Essendon's hands. Ball out of play, and we'll have a ball up.
So, just over a minute left, Kate, and we're all tied up here.
Sun
So-
goes, rain comes.
Yeah, well, that was quick, wasn't it? Don't get too excited about the sun. Not going to last.
Essendon clearance intercepted by Eastern. Eastern wrapped up. Ball scrapping along on the ground. Again, Milner to clear it out of the pack. Back into Essendon's hands and cleared away by Eastern. Again, Godfrey in there. Godfrey trying to get the ball away. Again, ball flowing through a series of tackles and movement out. Movement back into Eastern's 45 and kicked out by Essendon. Nice interstep by 22 Robinson for Eastern. Free going to 18 and Merrigan, and that's the end of the third quarter with scores wrapped up at EFNL 5-3-33 and to Essendon's 5-3-33. So going in the fourth quarter, Ryan, we have a tied game.
We do. Fantastic final quarter to come out here at Walker Park. We're going to take a quick break and then be back for that final quarter before the under 15 boys Division 2 side runs out. So welcome back to the AFL Vic Metro Junior Development Series out here at Walker Park. Final quarter in the under-14 girls clash between the EFNL and EDFL. 1 point, or no points in it. It's tied up, 5-3-33 as the ball comes back through the middle. The kick was smothered. It was Hummel's kick towards us, broadcast side. Chasing this one first. Picked it up nicely. It was Spring Brown. Been good. Inside 50. O'Neill handballed it forward. Trying to keep this one in. Across the boundary line it goes. Inside 50.
If you're just joining us, it's been a brilliant 3 quarters so far to have us where we are. We're 33 apiece. Really recommend going back and having a look at the game. But welcome anyway to this, the last quarter, which is going to be a real cracker of a one.
Definitely. Ball comes out. Trong lost possession of it. Over the top. Dangerous area here for the EFNL defence. Ball comes out and the goal was kicked. I believe that's Octavia for her second.
She's, again, another one that's been on fire.
And that now moves them 6 points ahead. 6-3-39 to 5-3-33 Eastern.
Eastern will definitely need to respond to that.
Well, there is the scoreboard up on the screen. So back in the middle again. 9 of the 11 goals kicked to the left side of your screen, which is where Essendon is going in this final quarter. Kreskis. Hummel. Bowick involved again.
It's definitely going to come down to who's still got enough in the tank.
Yeah, that's right. As we'll get another stoppage back in the middle of the ground. 18 minutes to play in the final term.
Both teams have worked so hard for 3 quarters of the game. So,
well, Eastern have moved this well. Godfrey, smart handball, looking to try and get off the Parks. Kreskis off the ground. Milner involved.
Essendon have definitely got the numbers around the ball.
Carry towards. We'll get another ball up inside 50 for Eastern. Been great contest between the two sides, both having big wins on Saturday afternoon. 53 and 51 points respectively. Kick towards hot side, great mark in defence by Charlotte Taylor. It looks to play on straight away. Might come back. Eluded Parks. Out the back, tapping it forward there, Welcome. Kreskis, been involved in everything. Here they go, keeping it moving forward down the corridor.
Very contested ball.
And the handball just away in time there from Sutton. Springett.
Yeah. To 15, Villani.
So back inside, McCarthy tapping it away.
Perhaps would have been more effective for McCarthy to actually grab that and kick it.
So here's Milner. Did you get rid of it? Went towards the corridor. Pushing aside there. Spring Brown. Robertson off the ground. Bowick. Can't pick it up cleanly. Went for the second attempt.
It's a quite very scrappy this quarter so far.
It has been, as we had quite a bit of rain that 3/4 time break. Kicking forward there, Dickens. Mark not paid, called to play on. Trying to get through there was Milner, caught by Kreskis. Not rewarded.
Milner's just been everywhere for Essendon this game.
As has Kreskis for Eastern.
Yeah.
It's been one of the fascinating contests of the morning, and hitting the post there moves Essendon to 6-4-40, leading Eastern 5-3-33. 15.5 minutes to play. McCarthy take the kick in for Easton. Long kick towards the half-back line. We get a stoppage here.
We knew it was going to be a good game going in with both teams with their, you know, just how well they won in their previous games, but did not expect it to be so close.
Yeah, that's true. Both sides have just continued to improve across the competition of the 3-round series. Evans,
yeah.
Creskes, held without it, gets herself a free kick.
Beginning to see a little fatigue creep into both sides, but understandable after the 3 quarters of football that we've seen so far.
Yeah, that's right. Picking up nicely, Johnson. Handball forward. Back to Johnson. Uses the middle of the ground. Might come back the other way through cheer up. Couldn't quite get it forward. There's Johnson, been important in the last couple of minutes. Couple of big moments. Keeping them in. Hummel.
A little bit of tunnel ball there.
Once again fighting for this one was Johnson.
She stepped up more. Easton
Absolutely.
tried to clear it out of the pack. Picked up. A free for Essendon after a push. Opportunity for Essendon to get it back down into their scoring 45. Great intercept mark by Burgess. Again, brilliant in defence. I think she's stepped up on
Yeah,
centre half-back position. Again, contested ball. Both teams trying to clear it out. Milner attempted to clear it and was caught in a tackle. Sturrock for East, no, it's number 11, yeah, Sturrock for Easton, trying to get it in Easton's forward 45. Again, contested, no real clear winner, and we'll
Free
have
kick
a ball
here.
up. Oh no, free kick. Okay. Again for
Historic,
Sturrock.
yep.
Yeah. Intercepted by Essendon, or Easton working really hard to try and get it back into their forward 45 for an opportunity to try and get the scores closer. Again, Johnson just on fire. Unfortunately, will end with a behind. And Essendon to bring the ball back into play.
So
We have 12 minutes of game time left in the fourth quarter with scores Easton 5-4-34 to Essendon 6-4-40.
the ball is coming straight back inside 50. Mark is taken. As I said, it's back to a 6-point game, and Kayla Carrow kicked the 3 goals on Saturday. She in range, puts it towards the top of the square. Oh, breaking through again was Milner. Been outstanding. Kick towards centre wing. Easton with plenty of numbers around this to get something moving forward themselves. Tap forward, sock it off in towards. It was picked off by Easton. Back towards the hot spot. And a mark was taken. And no, is there a free kick? Going either way, it is going towards Essendon.
I think it's number 29, Efron.
Thank you.
Easton's hands as Easton try and get it back into their forward 45. The free kick going the way of Essendon. We're not really sure what for. Scores remain EFNL 5-4-34 to Easton 6-4-40. Easton trying to clear it out of the centre. Again, contested ball. Easton, again, Godfrey back in the mix again. Trying to clear it down to number 24 in Farrell. Oh.
Wrapped up by Saddington. So, as you said, just over 10 minutes to play in this final quarter. The margin just 6 points. So, particularly with Easton really pushing it at the moment. Had multiple inside 50 entries. There's another one. And a big tackle applied. This will be a free kick. Holding the ball, Lackner will take possession.
She's been good.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe a little bit too far to score. Gets onto it all right. And front position, snap forward, just to behind. So moving Easton now to 5-5-35, trailing Essendon 6-4-40. 5-point game. Certainly still could go either way. And this contest is...
Both teams remain, you know, still equally matched. You can tell that, you know, fatigue's...
Well, it's coming back. Here's Hummel. Hard one to be won. Godfrey. Spring gets there. On the pressure on Taylor, and we'll get a ball up about 20 out from the Eastern goals, trailing by 5 points. 8.5 minutes to go in this final quarter. Godfrey. Can't through. We'll get a ball up again, same position. See who's most dangerous.
Yeah, just out the back behind what you can see on the screen. Eastern have 2 loose players just to make sure that they can mop up any balls coming out. So
yeah, we'll make it tough for Essendon to clear this one out.
Yeah, Essendon's...
They're going to go through the other side of the ground, Kate.
Yeah. Essendon's actually is swarming out the Eastern's goal square, leaving 2 loose players for Eastern, one of them being number 14, Hummel.
And she's put up towards dangerous spot in Johnson. And a great mark intercept by Taylor. Taylor looking to clear it out.
Again, Hummel, just that loose player out back.
Had a fantastic game.
Yeah.
As Riley Hummel. So 7.5 minutes final term. 5-5-35 Eastern. 6-4-40 Essendon. In round 3 of the AFL Vic Metro Junior Development Series.
Ball continuing to be keenly contested, just inside Eastern's 45, forward 45, and we'll have a ball up. As Ryan just said, scores 5-point difference. Good tackle by Eastern. The intensity's only slightly dropped off from what it was from the start of the game. Again, a ball up. Both teams looking to either clear it to Eastern's goal forward pocket or our Essendon away to their goal end. Yet again, another ball up. Essendon get the clearance to pull it. Great intercept mark by McCarthy, sitting down the back as a loose player. Really been effective this game. Ball kicked into just outside the forward 45 for Eastern. Again, Milner for Essendon with the ball and wrapped up by Eastern for another ball up.
So still plenty of time, still over 6 minutes to go. McKee got the tap down. Hummel involved once again. So was Kreskis. 5-point lead.
Great pressure by both teams.
Towards half forward line. Kicked away. Was looking for Sutton. Finding a bit of space, Essendon. Just couldn't quite find the hands. Caldwell. Kreskis wins her own footy. Socket off the ground. from Cartledge, and the mark taken. Looks to play on straight away, did Caro. Towards the top of the square. Godfrey's there. She's got 2 today. And steals it away from the pack, kept it alive. Her right boot bouncing over the line for a minor score. They keep pushing.
Yeah, the Cresco-Godfrey combination is very dangerous.
Yeah, so it's 5:6:36 now. Easton 6:4:40. Essendon less than 5 minutes to play. They've had the last few scoring shots.
Caro for Easton is impressively quick.
Yeah, we saw just before how quick she was to get off the mark. Crescas bouncing footy inside their forward half, out of bounds, and another boundary throw in. 4.5 minutes to play. And the scoreboard out here at Walker Park. Of course, thank you to Mitcham Football Club for once again hosting the Interleague Series as one of our main hosting venues. Caldwell kept it alive. And now it's over and out. So we'll get a boundary throw in far side.
Just about the same spot as last time.
That's right, as now umpire brings it back into play. Tap down from a key. So ball up inside 50, less than 4 minutes.
There's nothing in it pressure-wise from both teams. They're really holding each other.
So Crescas again. Godfrey.
Yeah, numbers are favouring Essendon at the moment.
Well, they've got not much ahead of the play. That's everyone in the forward 50, the forward half of the ground for the EFNL. Time now starting to tick down. We've got 3.5 minutes left. Who's going to finish off the series on a high with a victory? Caldwell. We had another stoppage. Essendon have held up quite nicely in this final quarter not to concede a late goal.
Easton still has 2 loose players out the back of play.
There's Evans breaking through for Essendon. They've been fighting extremely hard, Easton, to lock it in their forward half. And this is probably the furthest up the ground Essendon have been for a while.
Yeah. If Easton can get it back down into their forward 45, they've got a chance.
Yeah, certainly got a few match winners on this side who might be able to finish off with a late one. And Essendon probably be just happy for a stoppage battle, but the ball comes out to Cartledge towards centre half forward. It was a quick forward 50 entry and a very good clearing kick for Essendon. Just a long kick back down the line and potentially an opportunity for themselves, swinging around Octavia. Now inside 50 for Essendon. EFNL got to be careful clearing this one out. Less than 2 minutes to play. Almost a potential free kick. Kicked away from Caldwell. Numbers all now favouring Essendon in the middle. There's Milner. Jets away from outside 50. Launches it towards the forward pocket. And we'll get a boundary throw in, and that is the perfect result for Essendon rather than conceding a point. 1.5 minutes to play. 6:4:40 Essendon. 5:6:36 EFNL.
Milner's been the key for Essendon because every time they've scored a goal, it's been through a Milner insertion into the Essendon's forward 45.
And now locked inside their forward half. They are just about home. They'd have to go coast to coast within a minute.
Potential, but just
Crescas.
depends on how much Easton's got in their tank.
Well, let's see here. Here's Parks. She's off. Finds a target in Johnson. We're down to 45 seconds. Johnson has been absolutely massive in this last quarter, giving Easton a real chance.
Massive
down the line
kick.
it goes. The mark's taken again. They've moved this well. So what have they got left?
As you can hear it behind us, the crowd's really getting
Farrell
into it.
inside 50. Carro's there. Ball comes out. Bowick. 20 seconds remaining. You can see on the scoreboard. Trying to clear it out. It's going to come straight back inside. Can there be a mark? Almost just through the hands. Still alive. 6 seconds. Unless there's a free kick here, Essendon will hold on. And they do.
Great game. Absolutely great game.
The EDFL hold on for a 4-point win, 6-4-40 to the EFNL 5-6-36. What a contest from both sides. A fantastic game and a great way to finish the series for the under-14 girls in what was a thrilling game out here at Walker Park and remained close throughout.
Yeah, lot of stars on both sides, a lot of standouts. I mean, Milner, Efron, Octavia, for Essendon, for Easton, Caro, Godfrey, Burgess, Kreska, Caldwell, Johnson, Hummel, McCarthy. I think
Yeah.
I'm naming nearly
You
all
do
the
that,
team.
yeah, the whole list.
If you're going to pick one, who's going to get the medal today for both sides?
That's going to be a tough
Good
one.
question. I thought Kreskis was best on ground, but usually doesn't go to player who's already won it. So maybe I'd say Milner and Godfrey.
I'll see if I can get the audio down here for you, Ryan and Kate.
Okay.
They've gone all the way down the other end of the field, though.
Are you able to go and get a picture of the medal, please?
Yep.
Have we got someone there to do that? Oh, we have. Okay. Absolutely brilliant game. Thank you for tuning in. Brilliant game. They're just awarding the best on grounds right now. We
I don't know
have
if they are.
two more. We actually have 2 more games for you. The under 15 boys Div 2 game is up next, starting at 12 o'clock, and then after that we have the under 15s boys Division 1 at 2 p.m. So a great day of junior footy for the
4-point difference. That's
Interleague,
a ripper of a game. And
Metro, Vic Metro
amazing
games.
stuff. The fact that we came together about 2 months ago, when we
And
only had.
thank you for tuning in. But if
should be
you'd like
really
to
yourselves.
keep looking
And,
on
yeah,
the Eastern's
Brown today.
FNL YouTube site for the next
Doesn't matter.
game.
It's
Thanks
just-
for tuning in and have a good day. Thank you.
Eastern girls, thanks for the game. That was a great contest. I think as coaches we were stopped cheering on just watching the quality game, so well done. To the Essendon District girls, well done. That's 3 from 3. You've really worked hard. Absolutely deserve the wins. Is Jasmine. Well done.